back to Hide and Seek with Kocnuni. I'm your host, Shannon, and it's great to see you guys again. Today we are in the Gyeonggi Museum Park. This is a park that's made up of 3 separate museums. We have the Province Museum, the Children's Museum, and we have the Art Museum as well. So it's a really, really cool place, and I'm excited to show you guys around. But without further ado, we have a job to do. We are here to find Kocnuni. So let's look at our first clue, see what we got. Hello, Shannon. Today we are in Sangalro, Gyeonggi. Gyeonggi City, Gyeonggi-do. Kind of a mouthful, you guys. You'll have a special experience at 3 different places. The first location is the Namjoon Paik Art Center, where you can encounter the works of a world-renowned video art master, Namjoon Paik. So, let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see behind me, we've got the first art exhibit here. This is the giant cone, really cool. Definitely a photo op for you guys. So let's go ahead and keep going. Like I said, this is a place made up of 3 different museums. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is exploring the art museum a little bit. And I've already been inside and I've gotten my artsy little cup here. This is Van Gogh, probably one of my favorite paintings and definitely my favorite artist. So I was really excited to see that they were incorporating art of all different places. But this will be really fun, and I have no idea what the clues are going to be, but just like last week's episode, you guys, this one is pre-recorded because of the holiday schedule. So, just like last week, there's going to be 3 opportunities to win the Amazon $50 gift card. So we're going to be throwing in some pop-up quiz questions throughout the broadcast, and all you have to do is drop your answer down below in the comment section, and if you guys are right, and if you're paying attention, you guys have every opportunity to win that Amazon gift card. So, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so come on in. All right, so here we are. And again, you guys, this is the Namjoon Paik. This is the museum, and this specifically, this time period is kind of for the exhibition that he's doing here. So a lot of it is kind of tech-inspired, or it's like tech-intertwined. So there's going to be some element of technology as we go through this exhibit. And I have no idea where the clues are going to be, and I have no idea when the quiz questions are going to pop up or anything like that. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. But if you take a look around, you can go ahead and get started. There's this one right up here, which I think is probably the most interesting. And it looks like we're actually able to go walk around on it, so I'm going to go check it out. Ooh, very cool. I felt very lucky in these past 2 broadcasts that we've gotten to go not only really far outside of Seoul, but we've gotten to see some pretty amazing things. Last week, I showed you guys around the cave, and that was probably one of my favorites. I know I say that pretty often, but it's true. It was one of the more unique things that we've ever done. And I think this is probably a close second. The fact that we're blending 3 different kind of exhibitions or different buildings, different experiences into one broadcast, I think is really, really cool. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. And as always, make sure that you guys are dropping your country flag. Oh, I heard the music, but I thought it was like a small child or something. But how do I get down? Guess we gotta walk all the way around. But like I was saying, I think it's really cool that we get to experience all 3 of them here. And if you guys want to drop your country flag down below, you guys can let me know where you guys are from, if you guys are watching for the first time, if you're new here, or if you're a repeat visitor. Thank you for coming back to the broadcast. We really like to show you guys around different parts of Korea, so this is a really interesting space. This is Suwon, like I said. This is in the Gyeonggi province, so it's outside of Seoul, where we would typically be filming. But to be honest, I think these days we film outside of Seoul more than we film inside of Seoul, so pretty interesting. So let's go ahead and take a look at our first hint since we've made our way around. The first hint is to go and find a special work by Namjoon Paik. The work is called the Transmission Tower. Hint, tower and car. Okay, so we're looking for a car. Shouldn't be too hard to find, right? Well, that's pretty cool. You can see Paik's name is on this one. This is K456, robot K456. Pretty cool. All right, so without further ado, you guys, we're going to go ahead and do our first pop-up quiz here. 1, 2, 3, dun, dun, dun. Let's check it out, see what we got. Shannon, how did you feel about experiencing the works of the artist Namjoon Paik? Paik started his artistic journey as a performance artist, expressing his artistic world on the global stage. All right. And artist Namjoon Paik used various contemporary materials to express his artistic world. Among the options below, what material did Paik refer to as the physical music? 1, TV, car, transmission tower, computer. So that's going to be your pop-up quiz. And as we go through the broadcast, the next quiz question answer will be revealed once we find the next clue. So you guys have a little bit of time to think about it. You can think about it as we go around the broadcast and stuff. But yeah, just keep that in mind. So again, that question is, among the options below, what material did Paik refer to as physical music? That's your question. So check it out. I always feel kind of bad when we film inside like the museums and stuff. Ooh. Because I might break something, but also because it's really quiet. And being a broadcast, I do have to talk to you guys. So, oh wow, look at that. That's really cool. Fontainebleau. All right, so let's see. We've gotten some clues here from Kocnuni, so let's check it out. Shannon, how did you feel about experiencing the works of the artist Namjoon Paik? Paik started his artistic journey as a performance artist, expressing his artistic word on the global stage. In fact, there were only few who recognized him at the time, but in 1974, he introduced video art, began to be recognized as a pioneer in the field of video art. He became very famous for his unique and provocative artistic worldview that matched his career. And artist Namjoon Paik used various contemporary materials to express his artistic world. Among the options below, what materials did Paik refer to as the physical music? Was it TV, car, transmission tower, or computers? You can find the answer in the next hint card. All right, so this is gonna be your pop quiz, you guys. Make sure that you're paying attention, and as we go through the broadcast, make sure that you are trying to figure out what the answer to that question might be, because it won't be revealed until we get our next hint card. But until further ado, we gotta find it. So let's go ahead and keep looking around and just do some exploring. As you can see, everything is a little bit of like a video element to it. We've got this cute little bunny here watching TV, but for some reason it's very like aesthetically pleasing. I don't know, I really, really like it. There's a couple of things in here that I think are very unique as well. Just kind of like the lexicon around technology and its place when it comes to art. So really, really cool. And definitely a lot of different thought processes that are going into some of these pieces for sure. Video art has become very, very popular in these days. Actually, when I went to Japan just now, like a couple days ago, one of the places that I went was the Tokyo Museum of Art, and it was largely made up of digital art, which was really, really cool. Some of them were a little bit more provocative than others, but overall, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, it was a lot of stuff like this, like these older models and styles, but it was also a mix of like newer content, if that makes sense. And especially in a world where everything is content-based, like what we're doing right now. This is an entire broadcast that's based on YouTube, which is really cool, but at the same time, like, it kind of brings up the question about like where does technology and social media and all of that kind of belong in the art space. But I definitely think there's an art to it. Maybe not like like this dancing, but something similar. Oh, these fish are real. Oh, I thought they were fake. No, they're very real. Okay. All right. Well, without further ado, let's keep going. We have to find a blend of cars and towers. A car tower. Maybe it has something to do with like the antenna that you see on like the back of old cars for getting reception or something. I'm not exactly sure. But let's keep going nonetheless. And again, you guys, this is just the first of 3 different places that we're going to be looking around today. This is the art space, but we're also going to be looking around the provincial museum, the Gyeonggi Province Museum, which is going to give you a lot more history if you guys are into that. I know that some of you do watch for the historical aspect that the show brings, but at the same time, we try to bring other elements as well, just like having fun, different art broadcasts and stuff like that. Whew, sorry if I sound tired, you guys. I haven't slept in about 36 hours, so it's been a minute, but doing my best. Wow. Okay, I'm seeing towers. Maybe we're getting closer. Interesting. Let's keep it moving, see what we can find. We found the towers, but we have to find, whoa. Look at that. Ah, that's an interesting take on it. Like we were talking about where technology or electricity belongs in the art space. This could definitely be like an interesting iteration of that. But now we gotta find a car. I'm not exactly sure how we're gonna go about doing that. Wow, there's 3 different ones. Ah, okay, this must be what they were talking about. My producer told me earlier that there's actually like a light show that's done pretty frequently here. And it's with this tower outside, so it's not lit up right now because it is still daylight outside. But at nighttime, we can insert a clip here. They can show you guys a little bit about what that show looks like. And I knew it, we found it. The cars are down here. So I guess the next clue must be somewhere down there, but we gotta figure out how to get there. So let's keep walking around and see what else we can find. Sorry if it's a little bit loud, you guys. Actually, I can talk more freely here. There's not many people out here right now, so that's great. Woo. Ah, look, there, that's the tower. So that's kind of how it lights up at nighttime. Don't mind me, just drinking my tea. Well, this is interesting. Laser and tiger. 레이저 그리고 호랑이. Yeah, so there's definitely lots of interesting spaces here, and I'm really enjoying kind of the digital media aspect and seeing how everything works together. All right. How are we supposed to get downstairs? I guess we gotta go through it. So that's another kind of look at what we're talking about. This is that light up tower with the cars. All right, guys, so we had to find our way down to the cafe because it seems like that's the best exit. But this cafe is actually really cool. As I pointed out earlier, they have the really interesting coffee mugs that have pieces of art attached to it as well. And then obviously there's this beautiful outdoor portion where you guys can come and enjoy your coffee. But we are still on the lookout for those cars. So let's see if we can find it. We're gonna go around here and I wanna show you guys this. I think this is really unique as well. And a beautiful photo op, if I do say so myself. You guys can come here, take some beautifully artistic photos with your friends, or maybe even by yourself. But I think it's really beautiful how they've mixed together this like flat glass like look, but they've also rounded it all out. And they've also mixed it with this older sort of original stone feeling, which ties together later in the Provincial Museum that we're gonna be going to. But again, it's all of those rounded kind of angles, which I think is really unique and very, very cool. So I just thought it would be cool to show you guys that as we go around. If there's any museums or any like art exhibits or anything that you guys know of that you think I should know about, feel free to share them in the comment section. I know that in Seoul right now, if I'm not mistaken, there's actually a Van Gogh museum, or not museum, sorry, but exhibit that's being held. I want to say it's around DDP. I'm not exactly sure, but I definitely want to go. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, Van Gogh is actually one of my favorite artists, so this is going to be really, really cool for me. All right, I'm seeing the cars, and I know that we've discussed that the tower is over there, but I don't see any clues quite yet. So hopefully soon we can find it. Oh, it's definitely giving like mobsters 50s vibes for sure. This is really unique. Yeah, check it out. This is cool. This is like original gangster cars. All right, you guys, so we found what we were looking for. Now it's time to read our next hint. But before we do the hint, we have to read the answer out. So the answer to the previous question was TV. In addition to TV Garden and Moon is the oldest TV, which you saw at the Art Center, there are many other TV-related works by Namjoon Paik. So it would be a great experience to look them up and explore a little bit more. So feel free to check him out online, you guys, and that's Namjoon Paik once again. That was the artist that was majorly responsible for all the exhibitions that we just saw. Super cool, super beautiful, and definitely thought pieces. And he's also responsible for this one as well. All right, you guys, so like I said, this is the exhibit that's most popularly known by Namjoon Paik, so definitely check it out. And I think it's pretty cool that it came from New York in an original place. It's definitely got that vibe, but it looks like we've got a little clue over here. Maybe a digital media clue? We've also got a tablet, so let's see what this has to say. I'm not really sure. All right, well done, Shannon. This is the transmission tower that you were after. It's one of Namjoon Paik's most iconic works. It was unveiled in New York in 2002. This is the first time it's being exhibited in Korea in 20 years. The next hint is to go to the Gyeonggi Children's Museum and find Dance of the Wind. Hint, go beyond the small hill. So before we do that, I think what this is asking me to do, it wants me to show you guys what this place looks like at night. So again, this is Namjoon Paik's most famous work. I'm not sure how well you guys can see that, but the light is actually bouncing off the cars, and there's music playing that's actually triggering the lighting cues. So it's really something to see, and it actually lights up this whole park behind us. And it is a small hill, so I guess we're gonna go walk up to the Children's Museum and see what we can find. Let's see. Ah, yep, there we go. Children's Museum right here. Let's go. Yeah, and like I said, it's been 36 hours since I've properly slept. Took a nap in the car on the way over, but don't really think that counts for much. All right, so we're almost there, you guys. It says that the Children's Museum is this way, but I'm not sure. All right, I think we're figuring it out. So like I was saying to you guys earlier, I have a lot of fond memories with children's museums, not just as a child, but also as an adult. What I like the most about them is they tend to be very interactive and hands-on. It doesn't matter if it's about anatomy or biology or what the topic of discussion is, it's almost always hands-on because it feels like kids learn that way easiest. So I've always had a really good experience doing that. And like I said, this is the Children's Museum portion, so I can't go in here, but we're gonna find the entrance and I'll take you guys around so that you can see it. This is a place that is a lot of things at the same time. Like many children's museums, there is kind of like a science center aspect in all sorts of fields of science. So we're actually walking underneath the aquarium and zoo exhibit right now, but we won't be visiting that today. We don't have enough time because we do have one more location to go to right after this to find Kocnuni. But as you can see, we're in sort of the middle of a compound. So the Cultural Museum is that direction, the Gyeonggi Provincial Museum. And this is the Children's Museum, and we just came from the art exhibit. So it's definitely a compound of entertainment and also for education. So it's really cool. And here we are. Welcome to the Gyeonggi Children's Museum. Gyeonggi-do Oreni Pyeongmu관. So here we go. Again, sorry if my energy's a little bit low, you guys. It's been quite a long day, I would say. But we're working on it. And we're going to go find Kocnuni and find some clues and hopefully have a little bit of fun along the way. First step, go through the correct entrance. It literally had giant arrows. It was like, Ipku, go that way. And I still tried to open it. So my sleep depravity is speaking for itself at this point. Oh, wow, very cool. So I used to love looking at these as a kid. If any of you guys have ever seen the movie, I believe it's called, it's about the car. What's it called? Hold on. I'll remember it. But there's this really old movie, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And at the very, very beginning, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang has something really similar like this, but it's to deliver an egg to the breakfast table. And I think about that a lot more than I should as a grown adult. But it's got something very similar, so this is really unique. And like I said, we're inside the Children's Museum now, where it's going to be very interactive and you guys are going to be able to figure some stuff out. But we do have a job to do. The first thing that we're going to be looking for, you guys, is the wind, the dance of the wind. It says, go to the Gyeonggi Children's Museum and find Dance of the Wind. Hint, go behind the small hill. Well, we did that. We went behind the small hill, but now we have to try to find wind. So I'm guessing weather center, something like that. This looks like the natural science section. So this is where you're gonna find the bugs and stuff like that. And we're gonna see what we can find. Exhibition space. Okay. We're getting closer. Let's head up to the next floor and see what we can find. This one is about recycling. Like I said, there's almost always something going on. But yeah. So like I said, I have a lot of experience going to a lot of these children's museums and stuff like that. There's one in particular where I'm from in North Carolina. I believe it's just the Science Center, if I'm not mistaken. It should be in Greensboro, maybe Asheville. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section if you guys know where that's at. Let me know. But either way, it's grown bigger and bigger since I've gotten older. But they've added a recent portion that's a zoo portion as well. So it's really cool. But one of my favorite memories was there's this giant tooth, or giant smile. I don't know how else to say it. But it's basically talking about dentistry and teeth and stuff like that. But it's so big that you can sit inside the mouth and you can play with the teeth and grab giant toothbrushes and brush everything. It's actually really nice. It's really fun. And then there was another one where I got inside the tornado tube with my dad, and we got to experience a tornado in real time, which was kind of fun. So I really enjoy this kind of thing. And like I said, even as an adult, I quite enjoy it. I just think it's fun. And learning is always fun. Dun, 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 dun. So it means Windy City, or Land of the Wind. Let's go check it out. Wow. It's certainly beautiful. And just as expected, everything is interactive. What does this one do? This one is sound. The Korean word for sound, you guys, is sorry. So I'm sorry that the sorry is too loud. All right, let's check this one out. Let's just have some fun. Let's play around for a little bit. And then we can find Dance of the Wind. But first, let's see what this one is. It looks like we've got some tiles. Wait. Ah, okay. So we're going to push it and see if we can make the tiles move. What happens if I do two? I'm not sure if you guys can catch that, but they are moving a little bit. There it goes. Dun, da, da. So this is a great place for kids to come learn and play and mess around with some different stuff. Okay. What is this? This is making a lot of noise. Whoa, okay, it's blowing out air, but there's lots of tubes, so let's figure this out. I don't think that's right. Oh wait, hold on, let's see. Whoa. Oh, there it goes. What? Oh, this is fun. All right, let me try to do a bunch at once. Can I do it? Ah! No! Wait, okay. Maybe one. Two. Wait, where's the next one? Where's it go? Whoa! I want to see what happens if I put multiple in there at once. What if I just keep going? What if it gets stuck? Are we going to get in trouble? One, two. Where's the rest of them? Oh, it only comes out to one area. Oh, there's the orange. Can we get the last one? Yeah! Got it. So like I said, this is a really fun place to come and experience all different types of games. All right, and now, ooh, Dance of the Wind. This must be what we're looking for. Let's try it. How do I turn it on? And go. Wow. Go, 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 dance. Oh, that's so cool. Whoa, this is almost like an art exhibit. Wow. It's interpretive dancing. Dance of the Wind. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and grab our last quiz card. Not last, next one. Well done, Shannon. For the next hint, you should find Goryeo Celadon at the Gyeonggi Province Museum. Goryeo Celadon is an artistic masterpiece crafted with the finest ceramic technology of its time. Hint, the Celadon jar decorated with inverse inlay design of a peony and a scroll. Oh man, that sounds a little bit more difficult than some of the other clues. Oh, hi. A little bit more difficult than some of the other clues, but I'm looking forward to the challenge. So I think what it's asking us to do is to go to the Provincial Museum and look for a certain artifact, which there's going to be a lot of. So hopefully we'll be able to figure this out. But until then, goodbye, my friend. Let's go. All right, you guys, so we found our way outside of the Children's Museum, and we've got one more thing to do. That means we have to go to the Province Museum. So I'm really looking forward to showing you guys this, not only because I think it's beautiful, but it's got a lot of that historical relevancy that a lot of you guys are looking for. So as we walk through it, you'll be able to see like very significant pieces of historical Korean culture, which I think will be really interesting. I hope it's as interesting for you guys as it was for me, because as much as we talk about like different dynasties and stuff like that, we don't really get to pop up a lot of references about like the historical aspects of stuff like that. But this is all that is. This is going to be able to show you in real time all of those things. And I guess the best way to start would be by showing you one of these here. This is one of the pagodas. Not traditional one, but this one is actually really, really beautiful. Again, lovely little photo op, just like we do in Korea. But here we go, the Gyeonggi Province Museum. And you can imagine that on a sunny day that there's people out here playing, having a picnic, enjoying a coffee, taking a rest. It's actually finally starting to cool down a little bit here in Seoul. I know some of the previous broadcasts that we've done have been extremely hot. Not that you guys could feel it, but it was miserable at one point. But today is probably like my ideal temperature. It's like slightly cool. I personally love fall more than anything though, for sure, as far as seasons go. So I'm really looking forward to things cooling down, and then not to mention, fall in Korea, you guys, is so beautiful. Again with the echo. But my favorite part about fall in Korea is the ginkgo leaves, because everything turns this brilliant shade of bright yellow, and it's just the most magical thing ever. There was one photo shoot that I remember doing actually for a brand called Veritum, and it was a collab between Veritum and Smiley, like the smiley face brand. And we were filming in a place called Ikseondong, and Ikseondong at the time was like shedding all of the yellow leaves, and this giant gust of wind just blew all of these yellow leaves all over the ground, and it was just the most like magical moment ever. So I really enjoyed it. And here we are outside of the Gyeonggi Province Museum, where there's so much space and there's so much stuff to do. I have half a mind to just like throw a cartwheel right now, but I'm really, really tired. I'll do it for you in a later episode though, I promise. I love doing stuff like that, especially if we do go to like the Ikseondong area. There's like this really pretty like field in between a bunch of museums. So I think that would be really cool. But anyways, this looks like a place where people might come do performances and stuff like that. And then this is a special exhibition to commemorate the 70th anniversary of the Korean War armistice. So this is what we've got going on right now until what it looks like to be October 15th. So if you guys find yourself in Korea in that time period, come check it out. Without further ado, let's go inside. Let's see if we can find Kocnuni. All right, so this one's definitely not going to be quite as silly, I think, as the last one was. This one's going to be a little bit more quiet, a little bit more serious, but I'm really looking forward to that aspect of it, because we've gotten to see kind of a diverse amount of exhibitions here today. So let's go check it out. Two Faces of Peace. I guess we'll just start there. We'll just start with the original one. Two Faces of Peace, this one. So this, like I said, this is what we've got going on right now. This is DMZ. Feel free to come check it out when you guys come along. Little sneak peek of it. So again, this is the Gyeonggi Province Museum. And we're heading into the exhibition now that's prehistoric and ancient periods. So these are stationary exhibits, so these will always be here. You guys will get to see these. But when you walk in, it actually details some of the highlights that you guys can check out. Some of the bigger, more historically referenceable pieces, I suppose. So this is going to be talking about specific artifacts. This is one of the artifacts that's very notable. This is a hand axe from this particular time period. Again, this is the prehistoric era, so we're like way before Korea was ever Korea. This is just human history at this point. But as we go through like the evolutionary stuff, you guys will get to see how humans have progressed with making tools, with making cookware, stuff like that. And I think it's really cute. They've actually got like a bunch of little Neanderthal people around. Wow. I have to say though, I do think this is one of the most clever ways that I've seen people display artifacts before, because they can't be touched, but it's also like showing you the breadth and the diversity among the different types of artifacts that can be found. So this is really unique as well. If you guys have a favorite, let me know. I think this one's my favorite. I like the patchwork design. You can tell that they pulled from different types of materials when they were creating it, but it's also really, really impressive in size as well. I like this one because it looks like it was broken once upon a time and then mended back together, which shows that there was that concept of like creating and fixing and keeping things intact. We've got some what looks to be tools, maybe some hammers, saws, pickaxe and stuff. So let's go ahead and look for that next clue. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. The Gyeonggi Province Museum showcases the culture and history of the Gyeonggi Province from the Paleolithic period of the modern era, or to the modern era, sorry. And here's the next quiz, number 3. What is the name of the traditional Korean hat from the Joseon era that was introduced into the K-drama Kingdom and gained worldwide attention? Number 1, gat. Number 2, Byonggoji hat, or 3, gan. And 4, togon. Togon. So drop in the comment section what you guys think your answer is. Again, that's the only way for you guys to be winning those $50 gift cards in these pre-recorded episodes is to participate when we do these quizzes. Because I can't be there in real time because they are pre-recorded, so I can't select a live winner. So they will be chosen by the Koreanet staff. And just leave your comments and try to interact and engage as much as you guys can, and they will select your winner. And then, as always, guys, the process of getting that gift card, you can follow the link in the description, and it'll tell you everything you need to know. All right, now let's get back to the show, now that we've got business taken care of. So this looks like what would have originally been like armor or a type of basket. So again, this is going beyond just Korean history. This is, at this point, Paleolithic human era history. But all of these artifacts that you are seeing were found in what is known today as modern Korea, so the peninsula of Korea. All of these artifacts were found then, but this was before, obviously, it was the country. So pretty interesting. All right, so this way it looks like we've got an immersive digital gallery. However, I don't think that that's what we're looking for today, because remember, Kocnuni's clue, he wanted us to find a specific artifact. And as much as I would love to go check out the digital art gallery, I don't think that that's where the artifact would be. So let's keep going. I like how in this particular compound, they've got a lot of places where people can just kind of hang out and chill, which is definitely a selling point for people with younger children or people with different age groups and stuff going on, because I guess we're going to go up because you can take a rest and stuff. And as you guys can see, we've got a lot of walking. I had one person ask me, I think it might have been Nathan, last time, to keep a step counter. I do have a step counter on me this time. I've been keeping it the whole time. So just so I can tell you guys how many steps I've taken thus far. And today I have taken 12,629 steps and counting, which equates to almost 10 kilometers. So I've walked quite a bit today. And again, that was probably partially from the airport as well, but it is what it is. So make sure that you guys come check it out, but wear comfortable shoes, hey? And now we're going to be throwing it way, way back in time to some traditional Korean history. Let's go check it out. All right, so right here, you guys can actually see, this is actually a really interesting talking point. There's this giant mural here, and this is the mural of a traditional dance in Korea as well. So this is detailing a little bit more about that, the instruments that were used to create the music that was danced to, the different types of masks that would be worn during that traditional dance. So feel free to go ahead and check that out. Wow. Really interesting. It's kind of cool to see how it develops over time. Gyeonggi style. And this is what I wanted to show you guys. This is probably the most unique part. As we go through, we're going to be showing you guys all different kinds of artifacts. But right here, we've got the, drum roll please, quiz answer. The name of the traditional Korean hat from the Joseon era is the gat. It was a hat commonly worn by adult male officials during the Joseon era. And as you guys can see here, you can see the evolution of the gat over time. So this is the one that you guys are probably most familiar with. This would have been in the traditional drama. And then as well, you've got some other beautiful pieces of tapestry and clothing, even shoes that were worn during that time period. I don't even know which direction to go, there's so much. Storage of products from Korea's 8 provinces. So you've got everything from what looks to be glasses at this point, balances, mirrors. So this is a slightly more modern, but this is taking it way, 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 way back. This is talking about the 5 sacred mountains in China. So this is pulling from that really far back Chinese history, because Korea does have blends of Chinese history and a little bit of Japanese as well. So it's really interesting kind of how they've been brought all together. You can see the relevancy as we go through all of the artifacts here. I think probably my favorite though is usually this script kind of work. This one especially is a great example. This is a painting album of gathering of the officials. So this is detailing it in script, but it's also showing it through a particular style of art, which a lot of you will probably associate with Chinese calligraphy and stuff like that. So this is my favorite because I'm an artistic gal and I really enjoy that kind of thing. I do think pottery and the sculptures and stuff are beautiful, but for whatever reason, I find this incredibly fascinating. Yeah, so this is before we have the Hangul, the written Korean alphabet. This is definitely all stemming from that original Hanja at the time. Look, we even got some weapons here. That's pretty interesting as well. I haven't seen a bow and arrow quite like this before. As you can see, it's rounded. So I'd be curious to know a little bit more about that, like the ancient weaponry and styles of artifacts. And we need to find our clue. I think I lost track of which one we were looking for. Hold on. We found the gut, but I thought there was something else we needed to find. Oh, center of reform. Very cool. Look at this one, guys. This is beautiful. All right, so with these pre-recorded episodes, I've been given a lot more hints and clues. So let's get a little refresher and see what we're looking for exactly, because like you guys can see, it's pretty expansive in here. For the next hint, you should find the Koryo Seledon at the Gyeonggi Province Museum. Well, we're here, but it's crafted with the finest ceramic technology of its time. So whatever we're looking for is something made out of ceramics. It's a jar decorated with inverse inlaid design of peony and scrolls. All right, pretty specific. Although I will say I think it's going to be difficult to kind of identify either way just because there's so much going on. We can see the scrolls here, like that's really interesting. There's even a description of how it's made. And we've got all kinds of pottery, but we need to find something a little bit more specific. Let's see. What is it called exactly? Oh, Koryo Celadon. Oh, I think we're getting closer because this one is Celadon as well. So we're looking for something with that sort of vibe, that sort of energy, I guess. Koryo. Oh, we're getting closer, guys. Koryo ware, the world's best Celadon. Okay, so we're getting more into the ceramics. Let's see if we can find which one we're looking for. This is it. Look, Celadon jar decorated with inverse inlaid design of peony and scroll. Wow, it really is beautiful. And we found our next hint card. Dun, dun, dun. Now for the final hint and the last quiz. October 9th is a very special day in Korea, known as Hangul Day. Who was the king of Joseon who created Hangul? This is a very important question, and you guys are going to want to know the answer to this one because it's quite relevant. So one more time. Who was the king of Joseon who created Hangul? Very important question. If you find a book with Hangul written in it, you'll know that the answer, and you can find me too. All right, so if you find a book with Hangul written in it, you'll know the answer, and you can find me too. All right, let's go find Kocnuni, you guys. This has been a really long episode, but I really hope that you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have. We've gotten to see the art exhibits, we've gotten to see the children's museum, but now it's time to find Kocnuni. He definitely took us through everything today. We've gotten to see a lot of different types of arts. I'm like kind of overwhelmed, honestly. So we found the scroll, but again, this is not Hangul, this is Hanja. Hanja. So this is the Chinese derivatives, but we really need to find the Korean one. Wait a second. Kocnuni! Hi, buddy. Dun, dun, dun. Ah! Kocnuni! I'm so sorry. So let's check it out. I'm so sorry, buddy. Korean translation. So here we go. This is kind of the origin story of Hangul. This is kind of where it started. And again, it's transcribed. I am just not doing great today, you guys. It's kind of where things started, and we're going to check out the rest of the clues here. So again, we've kind of got like the origin story of Hangul here. So let's see what else we've got to read. After Hangul was created, the illiteracy rate among Koreans significantly decreased, providing opportunities for education to the majority of the population. The great king of Joseon who created Hangul was King Sejong. So for those of you in the comment section who were answering our question, King Sejong was the answer we were looking for. The book in front of you is a translation from Chinese into Hangul, written before the creation of the actual characters. Very cool. So again, this is really the origin story, and that was King Sejong of the Joseon dynasty, who really changed the entire everything for Korea. He gave them their own language, he increased the literacy rate, it gave people opportunity, it made the Korean people really come to life, and it allowed their culture and language to flourish as we know it today. So very important question, and I hope you guys learned a little bit about that. And without further ado, you guys, we are going to wrap up today's episode because I'm exhausted, and we've seen a lot today. And I dropped Kocnuni, and I feel really bad, so I'm going to go give him a snuggle. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.